Hey everyone, how's it going? Sorry for the little mix up there. My countdown went a little crazy on me. It must be the ghost. The ghost must have messed that up. Usually I have a countdown and then we get going, but yeah, I don't know. Something happened there. Must have been the spooks. It's Halloween season, so the goblins are out. Welcome. Wednesday night is here. It is late night with Cap with JT, aka Cap. It's good to see everyone showing up in the chat. I have a wonderful guest, all the way from Chicago, and is what I'm told, anyways. So I don't want to give out too much, but yes, she is from the Rogue One Radio, and she also is pretty active in the Red 5 network. If you don't know, the Red 5 network is the After the Weekend channel that I'm on with R2 and Maria. We're part of that network, and she's a great lady. So her name is Nicole, and some people call her the Peace Love Fandom on Twitter. How's it going?
Hello. But we have to fix something. I don't live in Chicago.
Oh, okay. Well,
I live closer to like the Children of the Corn, pretty much. I mean, the boom.
Well, that's a. Yeah. I blame R2. He told me that you're from Chicago.
So. It's funny because when I lived in Lake County, where do you live? Do you live near Chicago? No. Well, where do you live by? Fine. We'll say just Six Flags. We live on the Bowl, you know? If you know what that is, that means you have to go to Six Flags. And then here, it's just like, yeah, it's NIU, it's DeKalb. Also, though, fun fact, DeKalb actually was a really big deal this year with Field of Dreams because it was a part of the Field of Dreams this year. So,
okay, so you're in that area.
All of a sudden, you see, no, I'm not. That's in Iowa, but we actually gave a lot of our corn and stuff was a part of that. So, it was
okay, very cool. Yeah, I heard that you can actually visit that location, and you can actually see the ballpark and the house.
Those are my goals. I have goals. I want to go there one day.
Oh, okay. You know, I was at a zoo one time, and I bumped into a couple with my family, and they had shirts that said they visited that farm.
I got all excited, like, wait, who did you run into? And then I'm like, oh, okay, T-shirt, Field of Dreams. I was waiting for it to be like a baseball player or an actor.
No. I've only bumped into a few famous people, but not much. But yeah, it was. I like that movie. That's a fun movie. But it'd be cool to see it in action. So it'd be kind of see that up close.
See, now speaking of ghosts, remember in the Field of Dreams, they come out of the fields, just like
they do.
Fields, yeah. And they're
and because of movies like Field of Dreams and a few other corn-related movies, I get a little nervous by cornfields.
So no happy. Corn mazes for you, huh?
No corn mazes for me. Do you do that at your? Do you like going to corn mazes?
So I do like going to corn mazes. We have one of my favorite local orchards and pumpkin patches has at nighttime has a haunted corn maze that I can now not bring you to because you wouldn't like it. But you know, invitation.
I would do it. If it's a real cornfield, I would do it.
It is. It's in a real cornfield, and but
if it's overseen by someone that I trust and it's managed and some good lighting, it's the ones where you're driving down the highway and your car breaks down and you're not sure where you are. Those are the ones that make me real nervous. So yeah, I've seen too many scary movies with cornfields that those type of freaks.
So I live in the cornfields, and now you'll be like, yeah, I'll meet you in Chicago instead.
Well, look who shows up. Yeah, look who showed up that told me that you were from Chicago.
R2, that's Ro, not me. I mean, yeah. I'm not that far from Chicago, but I'm not in the suburbs either anymore. So
yeah, he even said that the other day. He said, "Hey, we should have Nicole on After the Weekend and do some Chicago movie because she's from Chicago."
Yes. Yeah, and I still like Chicago movies. John Hughes. Okay, we did one last year with Rogue One Radio, and it was so much fun talking about
we did that. Yeah, that was fun.
Chicago. Well, not just with you guys, but I mean with Rogue One Radio, we did a whole Oh wait, that was with you. Holy cow!
That's,
Okay, it's kind of a crazy
it
year.
was me, too, and you have a few co-hosts,
It was actually a lot of fun. I do, yeah. Yes. So
right? Well, this show's a little different. We don't really go into a lot of pop culture movie stuff, but we can bring it up. But we usually do bad graphics line, which I have Halloween
I'm
special coming up for everyone. But we'll get that going here soon. And let's just go ahead and say hi to everyone in the chat. We got about 9 people watching, so again, everyone who shows up, I do appreciate it. I think it's great. We have my good buddy Yeti F saying I'm late. Well, all right, I'm sorry.
I mean, you are late. I mean, late night with Cat. He's not wrong.
Yeah. I mean, I could be late by 10 minutes and still be late night with Cap.
Yeah.
And again, the spooky stuff. I don't know what happened to my intro there. Something happened.
On the case.
Let's see here. We got Theme Park Casual. He was a guest last week. He was really fun. He does some theme park tours on the West Coast there at Disneyland. So if you haven't checked him out, Nicole, you could. He's a pretty cool dude. And then always stops by Tabitha, Dreaming Tabitha. Thank you.
Yep. Some first shows with Annie and stuff. Yep.
Yep.
With her actually. I think that was actually on your guys' show, if I'm correct.
You probably did. Yeah, she's a big fan of After the Weekend. Yep. And then we have Cannoli Sasquatch. He only comes by for the Bigfoot. He wants to make sure we treat his people right. So
you gotta.
And then we have, let's see, I've got Jacob Ironside. Thanks for showing up, buddy. Good evening. And we have, let's see, Broba. Broba, what's up, man? This is Boba's cousin, Broba.
Boba's cousin. All right. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. And then we have Tim's Talk. You know Tim, right?
I think that does sound familiar.
Yeah, I do a House of Dragon review with him most Tuesdays. So are you watching Game of Thrones? Do you watch Game of Thrones?
Not.
No? Okay.
All right. And I have a story with that because I don't watch it. I do. So I'm a single mom. And when Game of Thrones came out, I just didn't have money for extra stuff like HBO and all that jazz. And I was just like, finally decided, well, maybe I'll watch it. And I went in one day to work, and my coworker was like, hold off. It was the same week of the finale. The next day she came in and said, don't watch it. It's not worth it. It's not worth going through all of those seasons to get to this. She was so mad. And then I had so many other people that was working around us that all of a sudden was upset that day. And I'm like, what is going on with everybody? And Game of Thrones was absolutely awful. I'm like, okay, so no, I'm not getting HBO and I'm not going to get Game of Thrones. Got it.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't like season 7 and 8, so it left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. But the new show is actually really good. So again, if you want to catch our reviews of that show on Tim's channel, you can. It's been really fun. Jacob says he's surrounded by cornfields.
Oh, is he also in Illinois or is he somewhere else? I mean, it's possible. There's a lot of cornfields in the Midwest.
Oh, well, yeah. He could maybe just lives in a tent in the middle of a bunch.
Oh, that's a little spooky.
Yeah.
Maybe like how it is in Ghostbusters Afterlife. Maybe he lives out in the boat.
Yeah, maybe. Hey, what keep you bad? Here you go. Another Star Wars fan here. So let's see. See if anybody else says or what they talk about cornfields. No, only Jacob is living by cornfields. So, do you like use your own corn and like do that?
Well, I mean, I go to our farmer's market.
Okay. I didn't know if you had your own corn, your own garden. I don't do that.
No, but funny story from last year. We actually had squirrels who actually planted a seed of corn, and it actually grew stalks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yes, we actually had one stalk pop up in the front yard, and I actually kept it, and I mean, I gave it right back to them. So I'm like, well, you planted it, you earned it. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Oddly enough, Arizona, Phoenix area has a lot of cornfields too, but on the outside, on the outskirts.
Okay.
And everyone comes. Yeah, everyone comes to visit, and they're like, "Why we have corn?" And I'm like, "Yes, there's a lot of corn here. All the sun."
And
So,
when I came through Arizona for a visit, I just absolutely did the canyons and stuff
mhm.
and kind of bypassed that corn. So
Yeah, yeah. There's we grow a lot of out here. People don't realize it. It's all the sun. You know,
yeah,
if you water it pretty well and everything, the sun will grow it. So,
sun's right.
um, what is R2 saying now? You should see Tim at Subway, and when they are building his sandwich in front of him, he just yells more.
So
Oh, you
Tim's
must be
really
talking about food.
is Tim related to Dagwood, a Blondie and Dagwood? Because I mean, Dagwood's known for his
Well,
awesome.
they say
What?
he's a clone of Kylo Ren,
Oh, okay,
and he has multiple clones. Like there's a Tim, there's a Tom. I think there's a Tony. I'm not sure. So
okay. But I think he might be. He's really into Paulson. Possible. Maybe he's an ancestor.
yeah, they're having their own little conversation about bread.
Oh, cool. Yum.
Yeah,
I
so
like bread. That's good.
yeah, and then what could be bad said he lives by cows. So
Well, we've got cows here too. I mean,
okay, well yeah,
mix. Illinois is an interesting mix of cornfields and pig farms and cow farms and you name it, we got it.
it sounds smelly.
And horse ranches and no, depending on what area you live in. I see. I grew
Well,
up more country town than actually I live in now, and I grew
okay.
up in a K through 12 little town, not that far away actually. And right next to our house was a pig farm, and every other year they kept their pigs there. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, everyone, if you want to check out Nicole and her co-host, you can find her at Rogue One Radio. Here's the YouTube link. I'll go ahead and try to put that in the chat as well. They have a good time. You talk mostly Star Wars shows, right? And some other
Star
things.
Wars, Marvel, Disney, whatever we really choose. We actually did a really good breakdown of like the Batman, like the Rogue Gallery. We went really in a different way.
Really?
Yeah, I know with our Star Wars for Andor, we changed up our format. Oh my gosh. And we have really cool music every time now.
Yeah, you do. I noticed that when we went on, me and Archer were like, how are they playing music on YouTube? How do you get away with that? Because if you're on YouTube long enough and you play some music, someone might copyright you. How do you get away with that?
Okay, so this is more of a Steve story, which is the creator of Rogue One Radio.
Steve's your co-host, right?
Right, yeah. He's the main. Yep, and he writes music reviews and things like that. And he's been doing it for a very long time. And so he has people that artists that send him stuff all around the world. So and I'm like, yes, like we're so fortunate. I'm like, yes. And then if you have friends like Cam Ray, you can go, hey, can we borrow that for tonight? Yeah. And they're like, yes.
That's really cool. So he's got the in with that. So he plays new music that comes out on their show, and then let you kind of listen to it.
No stuff. Hey, let's. Recently we played, for Danny, for her late ex-husband, we had played his music recently, and we got permission to play that. And that was just to honor him and to honor her daughter. And so that was really nice too. So again, it's just really, not just about the networking, but it's also about, the friends and the people that in community. Okay, who made you laugh?
Rogue says, I sense too many rogues. I feel threatened.
Oh, it's okay. You can come join the fun anytime. Actually, you know what? I wish I would have known Rogue. I know I've seen him. I actually follow him on Twitter. We did the breakdown of the different, like we did the Renaissance era. We did different eras of Disney. I wish I would have known Rogue then, because I think he would have been a good guest then.
He has a lot of knowledge about theme parks.
I know.
And toe shoes. So
So here's a fun fact about me. I'm actually co-admin half of Peace Love Disney on Facebook. And so, we also are on Twitter, but bigger on Facebook. And so my bestie used to work at Disney. And so her and I, have this really love for Disney, hence Peace Love Fandom. Star Wars
Okay.
because I love so much more. I mean,
Yeah.
we've got Wizard of
You're
Oz,
like me. You've got a wall of stuff.
everything. Yes. Oh, should have the rogue attraction.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you should have him on. That would be fun. I think he would enjoy himself there.
I think,
Like I said, he does good work. So.
I think, but I think that's a possibility. But I'm thinking of
Okay.
which one would be best.
Well, he can talk your ear off about parks, so he's really good about that.
Get along great. I can already
Well,
tell.
so
DJ would never get a word in edgewise. They'd be like, what just happened?
Yeah, you could just might as well just go on mute and walk away. Yeah, you'll be fine. So I do a segment, like I said earlier, called Bad Graphic Design, and usually we find really awful design that I found in the world that is kind of suspect, or they just kind of made a mistake. Now, since it's Halloween season, last week I did old Halloween costumes that looked a little funky.
When so did you do the coffee one? The coffee one.
I'm sorry?
The coffee one was funny.
That was 2 or 3 weeks ago with Foul Ball. That was really funny. Yeah.
Funny. I was fine.
So we find some ridiculous stuff, but this night, again, we're going the Halloween special, so this will be more costumes. But let's go ahead and get that started here, and that'll be fun. So everyone likes to dress up as their favorite superhero, right? For Halloween.
Yep.
Yeah, and you can go out and buy the costume, and where you're all set up, and you've got everything to go, and you look pretty accurate to the costume, like the character, right? Well, these folks, they decided to save their money and do it themselves. So these are costumes that are homemade and of their favorite superheroes. So the first one is Wolverine, or Logan, if you want to say. So I like what he did here. He went to the utensil drawer and found some Scotch tape and wrapped up some knives and some forks.
He tried.
He did try. And he actually grew some facial hair. You can't see in this photo, but it looks like his hair's grown out. So he looks like he did a good job, right? It's a little, I don't know. I feel like the tape would wear off after sweating and it would fall.
Yeah.
So, what would you think if you saw this gentleman come up? Would you think he was Wolverine?
Well, no, but I would give him props. I mean, he tried. I mean, he looks kind of like, you know what? No, I take that back, especially after last week in She-Hulk. Yes, in some ways, he looks like Wolverine. He at least gets that he put in for effort.
Yeah, he gets the A for effort.
Right? I agree. It's not going to last. That tape is going to come. How do you that? No. Okay, that just ends it. Like, are you going to wash all of those after you use the bathroom? Like, are you going home and scrubbing? How does that? No.
Yeah, it doesn't seem very clean. Also, I don't think the tape is on very well, but it's pretty dangerous, right? He could probably stab somebody by accident. Some people in the chat, like Vader here, Matt Vader, welcome. He says, I would ask him to make me a sandwich.
Oh, good idea. See, him and Tim could make a sandwich together. He can build one up for him. See, that works.
Yeah. And have you ever seen that movie, Mystery Men? Rogue said it's the guy from Mystery Men, where he throws silverware. Oh, okay. Well,
maybe he infused both of them together to make a Wolverine Mystery Man.
Yeah, kitchen sink. Cameron Payne says kitchen sink Wolverine. Yeah. I mean, again, he tried. Maybe he didn't. Maybe he was in a rush, right? And he's like, "Oh crap, right. I got to dress up as a." So I don't know.
Yeah.
So now, other people are big fans of, Buzz Lightyear, right? They like him. He could be someone's superhero. So the next one is Buzz Lightyear. But he kind of changed his name.
Yeah, Buzz Lightyear.
Yes, Booze Lightyear. So he does have the wings. he added the drink and the cigarette. So I'm not sure where he got the rest of the outfit, but this is Booze Lightyear.
I mean, it's creative. I mean, it is creative. You can't. I mean, actually, if it stepped it up a few notches, you know what I mean, and did up the shirt a little bit more professionally and added a little bit bigger wings, this could have actually been a really amazing costume. Actually, when you think about it,
Yeah,
it's
if he put
creative.
a little more effort, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably would have done that. Yeah, this is your Wish order costume. Yep. But let's see here. Here's R2 saying the slutty version would be Boobs Lightyear. That might be his
That's
girlfriend.
true. That's true.
I do like how he did get the wings. I do appreciate that.
Right. But I wish.
Okay. Oh, well, sorry, Vader. It was out there. Sorry. So once you put it on the internet, it's there forever. So. Oh, come on, Yeti. Yep. This is how it gets. They get a little crazy. Woody is in his pants. Zing.
Well, you can't really see it because this piece is really long. Maybe Andy is stamped onto his boot or something.
Wonder what he's drinking. I'm curious what's he's drinking in his cup there. What do you think it is? It's a lighter drink.
Hopefully, it's beer because that would make.
It's got ice cubes in it.
Who? No, really.
I don't think people put ice cubes in their beer, do they?
No, that's gross. I think more of a cider though.
I know it's booze, Yeti. I'm just trying to figure out maybe what it could be. So now the next character, I'm not gonna say who it is. I kind of want to know if you can guess who it is.
Okay.
This one, when I saw it, made me laugh pretty loud. It could be Cheap Whiskey. Had to say it, or Red Bull. Yeah. But the next person, I'm gonna see if you can guess what costume this is, and this goes for the people in the chat too. So.
Pennywise? Is that it? Pennywise? Like somebody?
No, it's a superhero. It's a superhero. Yep.
A really odd take of Iron Man?
No.
What the heck? What did they?
Wait till the.
I mean, because it does. I'm like, this could be like a Pennywise, but they put silver all over his head. But then it looks like Iron Man, but not Iron Man. It's like silver and red. Am I seeing it right? Silver and red? Silver Surfer?
Yeah, it's a Silver Surfer. So there you go. A lot of people said baked potato. We've got Chrome Silver Surfer from Vader. Yeah, a lot of people said Silver Surfer. They were pretty accurate. Not Iron Man. We've got baked chicken.
I look closer to that second piece. I was like, what's going on there?
Yeah, he's got the surfboard on the side there that's wrapped in tinfoil. So
it's the red. Yeah, the red threw me off.
Well, there is a little reflection of somewhere on this photo because of the tinfoil, but yeah, baked potato. Yeah, baked potato Brody.
And for some, Pennywise is their hero. So, do you know? You're out there.
Yeti F says shiny Alex Jones. Tinfoil hat, I think is what he's trying to go for there. So yeah, this is. I think this gentleman here, I think is a gentleman, and Wolverine would get along pretty well with their costumes. So. Man in the Iron Mask, maybe. It could go that way too. That's a good movie and book. So, but yeah, this was Silver Surfer. Do you know who Silver Surfer is?
Yes, I do. Silver Surfer is related to the Scarlet Witch.
There you go. I see you, Joker. Man, the Clown Prince always wants attention. So here it is.
Actually,
hello.
Hold on. I actually spoke about the show he was on earlier.
Oh yeah, you did.
I did.
Yeah. He showed up late.
you earlier. I did. Well, kind of mentioned you. I was talking about the Batman series that we did.
It's okay. He doesn't like Batman too much, so he probably got a little heated. So, um, but yeah, so usually, yes, on this segment, we go over some really bad graphic design, but this time, because it's a spooky time of year, I decided to do some Halloween costumes and kind of see how those were. So next week, we'll probably do some more, maybe a different style, but some of those made me laugh pretty loud. I thought those were pretty funny. If you do want to follow some of my work on the Instagrams, you can follow me at Gunter Graphics. I have done some stuff for the YouTubers in the world. So it's always great to see people follow it and check out some work. So are you going to dress up this year for Halloween?
Oh, yes. Yes, I am.
What do you plan on dressing up as?
Ooh, to say or not to say, that is the question. My costume is currently not finished. I actually will probably do 2, maybe 3 costumes by the time I'm done.
Okay.
This year I'm stepping it back up. Sadly, last year is when my grandma had just passed away. So last year I was just not in the mood for Halloween stuff because she had just passed.
Yeah, I get
so
that.
This stepping back up a little bit with it, and I'm hoping to do 2 to 3. Previously, every year for a while, I was actually doing a different Wizard of Oz character inspired. So I'm hoping to do one of those. But my favorite right now that I'm working on is the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. My own take, like more like a steampunk version. I'm really excited
Cool.
for it. I'm not done yet with it. So yeah, there's some things I'm still getting together. And I'm not sure. I'm working on a few things because I'm kind of like, well, I kind of want to do 2 or 3, and fun T-shirts like this where it's got pumpkins, and I've got a lot of different stuff.
Very cool. Yeah, as you can tell, my wife decorates the house really well with Halloween, and she's like, "Oh, I got to make sure to do your office." And then our front yard is always usually decked out, and our neighborhood is actually pretty popular with Halloween. We usually get about 120 to 150 kids, individual kids. So we get lines that come from everywhere. So usually we set up like a table. I play music. We have a good old time. So yeah.
Yeah, I know.
My kid's going to be an astronaut this year, and I'm going to be the moon.
The moon. Interesting. Just don't pull any full moons on anybody, and I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, we'll be okay. Yeah, I won't do that. So Vader said he's going to be Bigfoot. No costume required. Yeah. So
yeah, I know we have.
And Yeti's going as his favorite YouTuber. Me.
Cool. Good idea.
Hopefully we can grow the beard.
I know I decked out like our living room and stuff, and I have to still do my bookshelf. I do have a bunch of Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein that I actually have, and I just haven't gotten to it. That and because I've added on fun stuff, so it's like I've just been holding off since I've been enjoying adding on a few new things. So
yeah, it looks like everyone's saying they're going to be some fun stuff. So like we got Broba here saying he's going to be his wife and him are going as minions. I've seen that before. That's pretty fun. So
cute.
Yeah. So someone said, "Oh, Jacob said he's dressing up as me for real life."
Oh, you have a lot of people that want to be you. Look at you.
I think he says. I think he's saying as me, like as him.
Oh,
not me.
Oh,
yeah. But I'll be honored if you can actually pull it off. Maybe they really mean the Captain America part of me, not me. I don't know. So you, since you don't live in Chicago, but you live pretty close, I wanted to kind of talk about some of the most haunted places in Chicago.
Okay. I know I mentioned this to you. When you first started talking to us, I'm like going, this is hilarious because my brother is really into all of this. He runs horror film festivals. He's into all this crazy dark stuff. He's gone on ghost tours. He does ghost tours. And I'm thinking, really? Of all people. In fact, I sent this to my brother, and he's actually been to several of these places. And I'm like, of course you have. Just like I told you, I'd be like, I bet you anything. I haven't been, but my brother has been. And and of course, our views on horror is like the type of movies we like is slightly different. Um, and so, yeah, I just, yeah. So it was fun to kind of read the articles, and who knows, maybe one day I'll go there.
Well,
Maybe.
we're not going to get
Maybe.
into all the articles, but we will kind of highlight some of the places. But the first one that's on this list, now this is from an actual place in Chicago that
Yeah,
does
all of
tours.
them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is Ghost City Tour. So if you are visiting the Chicago area and want to go on a ghost tour, you can check this site out and check some of these places out. So the first one on their list is the Haunted St. Michael's Church.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where exactly this is, but it was built in 1869, so it's pretty old. A lot of people kind of probably been through there, some spirits and everything.
Yeah.
And then so it looks like it's at the Odin Avenue. Do you know where that is?
Right. So when I was reading, I know that it's in what's called the Old Town area. It's like near like a triangle of like North Avenue and South Clark Street. I do know where South Clark Street is because I used to work for the Girl Scouts, and Clark Street is where Girl Scouts, one of our buildings is located.
Mm-hmm.
So I have an idea where this is. It's just interesting. I haven't been, or maybe I've been and I went right past it. I just didn't realize it. So, but
Okay, it looks pretty cool inside.
It does. The picture looks really neat. Fun fact, though, it survived the Great Fire of 1871.
Wow.
But even a cooler fun fact for people who don't know, who haven't been to Chicago, Chicago had this Great Fire in 1871, and they blamed it on a cow. But interestingly enough, there was a bigger, worse fire in Wisconsin that still hardly ever gets mentioned. Yep, look it up.
Yeah, none of the little places get mentioned ever. Yeti's saying, call your brother and put him on speakerphone.
No, not today. That
yeah, so that's interesting that it survived that fire because this was built a few years right before that. So that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they say it occasionally. There might be some ghosts walking through the halls, but it does look pretty neat. There's a lot of you might have seen this in a few movies of Chicago. So there's that one, and then there's this one called the Ghosts of Prairie Avenue. It looks kind of Munstery House, right? It looks like an old mansion. So this one, it was I guess by the Chicago River, Fort Dearborn, or to Fort Wayne in Indiana Territory, Prairie Avenue. Yeah.
Prairie.
So yeah. And, it just says haunted with some ghosts. It might be a someone's wife, some little freaks. So do you know where this is?
So I don't know exactly where that is, but they say it is from, when I was reading, it was the wealthy historical area.
Okay. Yeah. It looks like it was like late 19th century home. So it looks like a cool place to see.
Yeah. I guess people call like in that area, because it's really interesting. They only show this one home, but when I was reading up on it, they described different homes in that area. They have different
it's like the whole area, right? Yeah, it's like the whole area is a little spooky.
Yeah, the ghost of Mrs. Kimball, who had an extremely if you go to the Art Institute, her collection was donated. Today's money is worth like $7+ million. But she had a huge art collection at her home, and they say that you can kind of see her. She'll be violent to the windows. And I'm like, okay. I'm like, are you sure it's that, or are you sure it's just not the wind? I don't.
Yeah. Do you believe in ghosts? Are you a believer?
See, this is where my brother and I vary. Yes and no. I do, and I mean, because I believe that there's spirits. I definitely see at the same time. I knock on wood. I haven't had to deal with it, so I'm like, I don't mess with them. They don't mess with me.
You're one of those. I don't really believe unless I see it myself. Well,
I just don't want to. let's just not bother just to bother. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
Yet he
he
says
lives.
he believes in a thing called love. Well,
Well, congratulations. That's a good thing for you. That's a very good thing. Love is good.
now this one I thought was pretty neat. This was a pretty recent one. So this is the John Hancock Building. It's used to be the second tallest building in the world. It was built in
Mm-hmm.
1969. It's kind of like a weird shape, right? It's like a trapezoid. Um, and it has a dark side. Several deaths have happened there. There's a few supposed demonic energy, old curse on the land itself,
Mm-hmm.
and then I guess they've probably filmed some movies here that are a little supernatural as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
what notes do you have on this one?
Oh, okay. So I'll start with the sad one for me.
Okay.
So let's all go back to 1998, shall we? Friends, actor Chris Farley found dead on the
Oh
6th.
yeah,
I
he
know.
was in this building.
Yeah, so I do remember that because I was in high school at the time and I remember getting that news. And of course, it was on the local news because all we got out here in the boondocks at the time was all the Chicago news. And I remember hearing about that and just like,
Yeah, he was on the. You said the 16th floor.
60th.
60th. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
remember that. I was in high school when that happened. So, but
Right.
yeah, that's pretty sad. It was sad to see him go. But it was in this building. I did not know that it was in this building. So,
I know. It's so sad.
Joker says, I guess this was the Sears Tower. Okay, cool. All right. Used to be the Sears Tower.
No, Mm-mm. This is John Hancock building. This is not the formerly Sears
Different
Tower.
building, Joker.
No. Yeah. The Willis Tower is formerly the Sears Tower. And the Sears Tower is what most of us still call it. Just like with the White Sox. Okay, I'm a Cubs girl, but the White Sox still call it, most people call it.
Yeah. Sears Tower is Willis now. Okay. All right. Thanks for clearing that up, chat.
Absolutely. Oh, wait. Thanks for backing me up. Poltergeist 1988 was filmed here. Also,
There you go. So Poltergeist had some spooky things around that movie, right? They used like real bodies. People actually died on set. There were some. They were saying there was some really supposed poltergeist happening with that movie. So it doesn't surprise me that when they were filming here, that kind of did something there. That's pretty cool.
And I read in there somewhere something about the Church of Satan and or somebody who wrote the Devil's Notebook, like this with there or something. So, and currently the Hancock is the second tallest building in Chicago. No, sorry, fifth tallest in Chicago and 13th in the United States as of current. So,
Wow,
cool.
you did bring the A game tonight. Most of my guests don't bring notes.
Ask Stephen DJ. I hate not being prepared. Like, if you get a topic, I'm like, you better give me plenty.
Yeah, most people just show up and they're like, hopefully it doesn't crash.
You're like, I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, you're good. No, this is fun because I'm not from the area. I don't know much about these places.
Well, because again, it's like I know these places, but I've never been. I mean, I've been to Chicago. I've been on like the water cruises, so you can see like the tour and stuff, and they talk about the different buildings and stuff. Kind of information about the Great Fire and the real one that really happened in Wisconsin. But I haven't actually been on an actual ghost tour. But fun fact, if you did come to the Land of Corn to help, I know our local Egyptian theater actually holds ghost tours at their local Egyptian theater. Fun fact.
Okay, cool.
Me.
Sorry,
back to it.
Yeah, no, that's okay. That's cool though. This one, I guess it's a bar, the Golden Dagger.
Yes. Also originally known as the Tonic Room. This is interesting. So it was originally a bar and brothel. Okay, people. Once upon a time, that's what it was. I can't help that. It was built in 1894. Now, this is for me at least, the most interesting piece when I was reading about this, because I actually knew about this. I just never have been there, but I knew about this because I knew about this like stuff
Yeah, it
even in
says it
high
has
school.
like a pretty seedy past, right?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
okay. Everybody in if you know about this in the chat, just put a heart, and that is the Saint Valentine's Day Massacre.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
so
Okay.
the North Side gang would hang out there. And in 1929, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre happened around there with the South Side Gang, also known as the Italian Guys, hence Al Capone. And of course, the St. Valentine's Day Massacre happened. And I guess there's been a lot of
Wow.
other things that's happened there. It's been suicides and
That's
girls
interesting.
on to death there. When I was reading up, but I think the one I actually did know out of, yes, was the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. I was like, what? This is
Yeah,
like
that's a pretty big event there in Chicago.
right.
And I recently, a few years ago, I visited the Mafia Mob Museum in Las
Mhm.
Vegas, and they
Hmm,
actually have
cool.
they took the wall, so they have the wall where the guys got shot on, and it still has the bullets
Mm.
holes, blood stains, but they took that wall. So I'm wondering if that wall was part of this bar, but um, yeah, that was really kind of creepy and eerie to see, but
Mm-hmm.
they have that there. Um, let's see what anybody else says about this. Okay,
And the
Archie
North,
says there's a graveyard. He says graveyard right behind Little Spidey's school. I told his class that this is where they send all the bad kids.
oh,
Horrible. You're a horrible person.
ew, showing his dark side tonight. Woo! And one more special note though, with the ghost of the dagger, with the North Side gang, they were Irish, and the South Side was Italian, so that really showed you. Growing up, I had always heard about, well, because even my family is very multicultural, even before that was a thing. And back then, I guess that was a big thing when you were Italian or Irish and you weren't supposed to max whatever. And I guess that was a really big deal. And
Okay.
so I
Well,
thought that was interesting.
I had to say it has been there. He says it's not a bad bar, but not my crowd. Okay.
Well,
Cool.
I heard a lot of what's happened now because it's not that far from DePaul. Is that a lot of the DePaul students are there a lot, so
Okay.
maybe that's why. So,
Well, it's haunted. If you go there next, I had to say it. Maybe you'll see a ghost. So speaking of graveyards, there's the Haunted Bachelor's Graveyard Cemetery. It's about 24 miles from the slightly west of Chicago. So it's off the. I'm gonna have a hard time saying that word. The turnpike there. The myth. Do you know what that is? Do you know where that is? The turnpike. The
I'm sure.
Okay. Well, this one is super creepy atmosphere, has dozens of ghostly sightings from a lady in a white dress, photos from disappearing farmhouses, and more. So this one might be fun to just walk through, right?
So I have to debunk this one.
Oh.
I have to debunk this one. And I kind of like, part of me really wants to go just because now I just kind of want to go and kind of fully debunk. And this is why. They say it's, haunted, but yet it's been vandalized so badly over and over again over all these years. And at one point it was called Lover's Lane. How does that make it haunted? If it's being vandalized and you think that a ghost would scare the living bejeepers out of one of these kids, keep them away, but yet it keeps being vandalized by people. So I'm like, okay, I believe in the but why?
Maybe at one time it was.
And then again, when I read that, I'm like, they used to go drink there and call it Lover's Lane, and okay, so I thought it was supposed to be haunted. I thought there was supposed to be ghosts. I thought people were scared of these things. Not enough. That they vandalized. I'm like going, no. So I'm like, part of me wants to debunk this one. Part of me is like, I don't believe this is because, well, yes, is it possible they could see a woman, a white lady? not enough that they called the Ghostbusters, and not enough that they didn't stop what they were doing, which is vandalizing, people's graves, their markers and stuff. Which, shame on you! Don't do that, people. People are jerks.
Yeah, that's too bad. Regardless of what you think about it, but
Right.
don't vandalize things. I do think that yeah, maybe not most of these are haunted. There might just be something else going on. Some of them, have the eerie feeling. Like it'd be kind of eerie knowing about that bar and what happened there. But
I think any cemetery in the evening could feel eerie, but this one I'm just kind of like, but then why? Yeah, this is still vandalized. So
he must live in Chicago. I know some people who removed a marker from Bachelor's Grove. Oh, you've been here.
You know people have been there? Whoa. Okay.
Wow.
You should have had him on the show.
I should have, right? Maybe I'll send him a link.
The article is about how people remove stuff. And again, I'm just like, if you can get away with doing that, then they took it back to a bunch of weird started happening in their house. Well, maybe they deserved it.
Yeah, maybe they deserved it. Yeah.
I'm like, no, you don't. Again, like I said earlier, I'm like, don't disturb the peace. Don't disturb the rest.
Patrick Griffin here says ghosts of failed relationships.
Hey, Patrick.
Oh, you know Patrick. Okay.
Yes,
that's pretty
Patrick
cool.
is one of my friends, one of my longtime friends, but he's also been following.
He also said you were a diamond. I think that's a diamond.
I don't know what that is. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not really good at knowing what emojis are. It's either poop or a smiley face. So I guess like Yef says Aaron is a Chicago boy. Okay, well, I'm glad he's bringing some.
Out who's really in Chicago, and here I am.
Yeah. Again, I'll blame R2. He said he were from Chicago. So this is the last one. The haunted Congress Plaza Motel or hotel. Sorry.
This one, I think, of all of them, seemed to the most like. Yeah, we'll get to it. There was a story I read, and it, for me, next to Chris Farley, was probably the saddest. And it's
okay. So you're thinking, out of all the ones that we just read through, this one is the most legit.
Yeah. Well, because there's something that happened there that just it's very sad. It's very, very sad.
Well, we don't have to talk about it.
Oh, we'll talk. No. We're gonna talk about it. It's
okay.
Feeling.
Well, but I have something. Well, you can tell the sad story, and then I'll have something that will bring your chair back up. Yeah. So we'll do something there. So.
Well, we know that it's one of the oldest hotels in Chicago.
One of the oldest.
Yep, 8 presidents have stayed here at the haunted Congress Hotel. We know there was suicides that have happened and deaths. They say the 4th and 12th floor is the most haunted. In fact, they've actually closed off rooms and things. So I am going to
close off rooms. Wow. That's almost like the movie The Shining, right? Where they have that one room in that real hotel, and they don't let anybody stay in that hotel room anymore. Same with the hotel room from the Vegas shooting. They used to let people stay in that room, and then now they actually sealed it off, so you can't stay in there anymore.
Yeah.
People are weird.
Sad one. He said that there's somebody called the Shadow Man, Captain Luis Ortez, who was in the Spanish-American War. He took his life there.
Mm-hmm.
But the sad one happened in 1939. In the article, they call him Ghost Boy, but a woman by the name of Adele and there's 2 boys that came with her. I don't know if they were her grandsons or nephews. They came with her from Czechoslovakia to save their lives from the Nazis that were taking over there. So kudos to her that she even got here in the first place. And then she was going to get help with family. She was having a hard time finding a job. She was waiting for somebody, a gentleman, I don't know if it was the boys' father or something, to get there. And he hadn't shown up yet. And I guess she was having like a really hard time. And then one day she just did this pretty much out the window and then took her own life. Well, when they went to, you know, clean up, basically, take them to the morgue and stuff, they can only find her and the one boy. There was a second boy whose body was missing. And so they say you can still find the boy, like, walking around and stuff. I'm like, Warren, you come all the way here from Czechoslovakia to save your life from the Nazis. You have aunts here. I know you're having a hard time. I get it. 1939. I get it. It's hard. And women were treated completely different back then. Okay, y'all?
Right.
So, but my heart breaks. Like, I read that. I was like, why did she put all this work and then this happened? Like,
yeah.
I just want to, like, reach out to her and be like, no.
Well, maybe you can stay here and reach out to her. Maybe she's still
no. She's wherever that, I don't know. But that part of the article, that really just, like,
yeah.
Wow.
Well, they say this is like one of the most, like, this is the place if you want to do a ghost tour or maybe be spooked. This right here is the place to go. So
yeah. Well, again, my heart breaks for that. It's like, dang, you couldn't get help. Like, nobody helped. You decided to take your life. My heart breaks for anybody who just takes their life instead of.
It does. But well, we'll do something here that'll maybe cheer you up. There you go.
The captain.
Hey, what's up inside the booth? Good to have you. It's okay. You showed up a little. It's okay. We're still good. We're still getting into the show here. It's good. So you're not too late. It's not really in this area, but there is a suicide forest in Japan. That's pretty. We've talked about this before on some other streams. Yeah, they it's one of it's next to Mount Fiji. Yeah, it's pretty spooky. Like, people, they'll tie strings and then they'll walk through the woods, so that way you could find them. Like, there's all kinds of crazy stuff like that, and they've built buildings and hotels, amusement parks by that forest, or Fuji. I think it's Fuji. I don't know. Whatever.
Wow.
But they built an amusement park, and it always was haunted. Like, things always failed, things broke down. There was always weird things happening with it. So yeah, it's a pretty weird place.
Rehab or something there instead to help people. What a crazy
people. Yes, I know. I said the wrong thing. I said Fiji instead of Fuji. It happens.
Life happens.
Jeez. You try doing this. Wait, you guys do some of this. It's okay.
I was gonna say, I'm like, technically they do.
Yeah, most of them do that. Yes. I know. Okay. All right. Sorry.
You think you messed up a graphic or something? Seriously.
Yeah, I know. They're just really after me, right? It's just like, now I'm like sad and everything. It's okay. We'll move on. So there you go. Those are the most haunted places in Chicago, and if you do visit there, you can definitely check those out. So I don't know how much of you watched my show, but we do have some other segments that we kind of cover. There's a new segment, and the chat always kind of gets a little freaked out by it because it is called Cap's Freak Out of the Week.
Okay, got that.
So have you had sushi before? Do you eat sushi?
Of course. Yes, I love sushi.
You do? Okay,
don't make me dislike sushi. That's not nice.
Well, someone ordered this the other day at a sushi restaurant. It's a fish. It's live. So this is some sushi for you. This was on Instagram. Someone took this. So it actually bites his His chopstick there. See how it just opens up and bites him?
All right.
No, freaky? No, nothing.
So,
Would you
okay.
eat that?
No. What it reminds me of, okay, is this really cheesy. I don't know if it was late 80s or early 90s. And it had, trying to think of the guy from Police Academy, something Gutenberg. He was in it. And Shelley Long. And
Okay.
there's this scene with Sushi, and he looks at it, and she's not feeling. Oh no, the girl that his sister's trying to get him together with serves them these bowls full of stuff, and it looks like it's moving, and that's what it reminds me of. It reminds me of the scene. See, you say you don't do pop culture, and then I bring all the pop culture references. Sorry,
It's okay. No, you're good. We can talk about it. Here it is again. So he pokes it with the stick, and it kind of.
It's like my boyfriend's school or something. It's with Shelley Long. Actually, it's kind of pretty good casting, but.
So yeah, that's Cap's freak out of the week.
Who freak out? Not me.
You didn't freak out. You're like, oh, I'll just eat it. That's okay. A lot of people say, your friend Patrick says, heck no, cook that sucker.
Yeah, he's not. That's not his thing. It's not his jam.
Yeah, it's not a fish. It's an eel. Yeah. It kind of looked like a fish though, but it was moving. I think that's what freaked people out. So when they saw it, us uncultural people probably. It's probably like an everyday thing, right? Wherever that was.
Or somebody else.
So, Joker voice is Steve Gutenberg.
Yes, that's who it was.
Oh, I thought he was calling Steve Gutenberg an eel.
And yes, but in this scene with Shelley Long, she serves them this type of noodle thing and it's moving, and it's a cheesy chick rom-com. Cheesy.
Yeah, put it on sandwich for L. Devin. Oh, yeah, you could eat that as a sandwich. So. Yeah, it was. Yeah, some people would probably like it. So. Mm-hmm. Last week we showed some spiders, and that really freaked everyone out.
So what about like the candied crickets and stuff?
Oh yeah, that's fine. Actually, I've eaten one of those in a sucker.
Interesting. I know my daughter.
Yeah, so like on my first, oddly enough, I think this is episode 18, that's amazing. On my first episode, I had R2 on as my first guest.
I remember.
Yeah, he ate the scorpion in a popsicle. So on my 10th episode, I brought in a cricket one. If you haven't seen that short, it's out there. Yes, it took forever to get through on a stream. It took me longer than an hour to get through it, but I eventually got through it and then bit it. So you can watch a short out there. If R2 or one of my other mods are in the chat, you can maybe share that with people. Let's see here. I've heard they are dead and they put something on it when they send it out, and it's all the nerves moving, the stuff like that. Oh, I mean, maybe it's probably for show, but if you didn't know that, I mean, that would be kind of.
So growing up, like we would go camping and stuff, and I remember on Sundays we would clean fish, and my mom and my grandma would actually, after it's already been physically cleaned, they would actually go and clean it again and rewrap. And there were times where all of a sudden one would go, and you could see it moving. It's like, oh, your head is gone. Yeah. Everything is gone.
Chickens. Chickens. Yeah. Jacob. Oops. Hold on. Let me get this. Jacob says, I've seen the fresh octopus sushi. It moves and wiggles as it's going down your throat.
Well, I guess Jake just doesn't want us to all eat octopus sushi. He's saving an octopus.
I like sushi.
Comment at a time.
But I'm more of the Americanized sushi. I don't get into that.
California rolls, you mean? Where it's all veggies? Yeah. Avocado and all that stuff. Got it.
Now, there was a place in Vegas where it was, they put pop rocks on the sushi.
What?
So when you would put it in your mouth, it would pop. It was really good. So they don't make them anymore. I don't know why. Yeah, here you go. If you want to watch it, You can watch me eat a cricket every one of each
After the show.
after the
Anyway,
show. Yeah,
after the show.
yeah. Citrus juice can trigger nerves. Okay, yep. But that one actually bit. Like if I go back to watch it again, it went up and then went like it like did one of these. So I don't know if that was nerves.
Mm-hmm.
So but let's see, California rolls. Yeah, it's either that or a Philly roll or something spicy. Yeah, it seems to be a Vegas thing that does the pop rocks. I was at one restaurant where I used to go to all the time because I go out to work a lot for Vegas. So we always eat at the same places because like we're there all the time. So I was like, oh, you guys don't have this anymore? They're like, no. So if you know another place that does it, let me know. I will check it out. He's from Vegas, so.
Yes, I knew that.
So before we went live, I asked you if you had any Bigfoot stories. Do you?
All I have is the fact that I grew up with Harry and the Hendersons. I loved that movie as a kid, and I didn't have my dolls. And I loved him. That's all I had on Harry on Bigfoot, other than him, because then I wanted to read them afterwards. And I've been in the state of Oregon, so I've been out there before. I've been to the coast. I've been through some of the forests near some of the mountains, but hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. So my next thing is obviously Sasquatch is Cannoli's Sasquatch's favorite segment.
I do love Wookiees. I mean, I've hugged a Wookiee.
Well, on this show we have a small segment where we cover some Bigfoot news. So. This isn't really. It could be Bigfoot, but these are some sounds in the woods here. So I'm gonna try to get this going here and see if we can play some sound here. Let me know if you can hear it. So this again is on Instagram, but this is in the middle of nowhere in some cabin. It could be Bigfoot. It could be a skinwalker. It could be something. So let's see what this says here. Do you hear that?
It sounds like people arguing.
Yeah, it sounds like someone saying, help me.
So they recorded it but didn't send for help.
Okay. Yeah. Just we'll play that again. See, it's like.
It sounds like I also hear some obscenities in there.
Yeah, it could be Bigfoot calls. It could be someone calling for help and no one wanted to go help them.
I guess.
Because it does, in the beginning there, it does sound like someone's saying, like, help me, right?
Yes.
Sort of. Yeah.
Maybe
then there's like this. Then it could be a goat. Yeah. But they said there, let's see here. Yeah, they, in the details there, they say that they were away from people. There shouldn't be anybody out there where they were.
Shouldn't be.
They said that. Yeah, they were saying like they think it was a skinwalker type of thing, but yeah, they said there shouldn't be anyone around. There was no way that someone would be out in the in that part of the woods. So yeah, Cannoli says they shouldn't have wandered into my domain. Yeah, that's true.
See? Yeah.
Oh, did you know this since you're a big fan of Harry and the Hendersons?
The guy that played. Yes, I did know that. Yes, I did know that. I've seen some other favorite videos of mine that that talked about Harry and the Hendersons before, and I just love it.
Your friend Patrick says Bigfoot lives in Tennessee. He does, and there's a lot of sightings there. If Patrick wants to watch our past streams, there was a Bigfoot special we did, and with Dreaming Tabitha, I did one with Bigfoot.
Yeah, I don't know if it was that one. I was in on your Bigfoot one. I remember that because I was thinking, oh, Harry and the Hendersons.
Yeah, but we've talked about some of the locations where the most sightings are. Tennessee was up there. So
are they sure people are not just dressing up in like Big Bear costumes or Wookiee costumes. I mean, we got some pretty cool Wookiee.
I don't know. We've seen some pretty interesting videos on this show. You're more than welcome to go back and watch, but they some look pretty real. Bigfoot does not make. Oh, Bigfoot does make chattering noise. That sounds like talking. Yeah, it kind of did, but they say
That
there
was
was
from like
nobody around. Well, thanks, Patrick. I love to. I will have to check that out. Your show is fun. Well, I appreciate that. Again, if you're new here, hit that like, share it out to your friends, subscribe. I'm here every Wednesday, or I try to be here every Wednesday night, depending on how the world goes. But so far, we've been pretty good at that. I try to have fun. Yes, there's everyone talks politics on YouTube or pop culture, right? Or
not me.
how to decorate your house.
I don't
So so I try to mix it up a little bit.
I'm like, that's not
So I try to mix it up here, do a little different things, interact with a guest in the YouTube world, or if you're on Twitch, you're more than welcome to try to be a guest as well. So yeah, I'm glad you had fun, Patrick. I'm glad you stopped by. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that was either a weird animal or maybe someone needed help. Or a ghost. Yeah. It could have been a ghost, right? Spooky.
Not like if somebody was yelling obscenities and they need help, and I'm like, you people need to get them help.
Yeah, well, it's funny that you mentioned having Rogue on your channel. Just make sure when he comes on your show that there isn't any tree.
The tree touched me.
He's not a big fan of the forest, so yeah.
So sending him into the forest like Snow White. Got it.
Yeah. It was a Wendigo. Yeah, that's what the person who posted the video said it was. It's probably a skinwalker or a Wendigo. But some say that it's the same thing as a Bigfoot. Depends on who you talk to. So now, since you do live in around the Illinois area, right? Not Chicago. There's a state next to you or close to you, Michigan.
Okay, because I'm like, there's Michigan, and that's actually where we have Steve, my co-host is from. We also have from the ATSW Escape Pod. We have Don, Dallas and Brady, Big 11 are from Michigan as well.
Yeah, they're having an increase in Bigfoot sightings.
Interesting. I'm going to ask them to keep an eye. Now I want to know.
I think he's related to one of them.
Oh, that's possible.
Yeah, very possible. Wendigo and Sasquatch are two different things. I know, but sometimes they sound the same. So, he was in the suburbs of Detroit. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I had to say it. Said it was a furry. Maybe. Never know nowadays, right? Well, again, we're coming up here on the hour, and it's been really great having you on. I think it's been really fun. I would love to have you back on. Sometimes we do panel shows like the Bigfoot special. So if you're interested in doing any of those, you're more than welcome. Next week, I'm gonna go live again, and I'm gonna have my good friend Geek Talk. He plays video games on YouTube. So,
awesome.
Yeah, so that would be exciting. And then you can also catch me on After to Weekend Monday night. We are reviewing, I believe Maria picked Ernest Scared Stupid.
Oh my gosh, and they were just talking about that tonight on ATSW Escape Pod. Love it.
They always copy us.
Like at some point, we have some type of Ernest movie they all like.
Yeah, I'm gonna next time I pop in the chat next Wednesday, when they go live, I'm gonna make sure they show up. I mean, I'm always on their show. They never come to mine. It's sad.
We'll have to work on that.
It's okay. Yeah, Booger Lips. Yeah, Ernest Scared Stupid. So if you like that movie, I think we are reviewing that movie. I have to confirm with R2, but I'm pretty sure that's what Maria picked. Now, what's going on for your next thing? What do you all do?
We're reviewing Andor, but we actually put it in a brand new format this time around. We're not really doing writing. We're actually changing it up. So if you want to check out that, come visit us on one radio.
Okay.
You can check out our past shows on our YouTube. Please like and subscribe. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram, as well as on Facebook. You're still old school that way. So
yeah, old school. Yeah, you guys. I remember when we went on. It was a fun show. You guys do a fun show. I always like I like the music part of it.
We love the music.
My favorite spot.
In a few weeks, though, we're actually, when Andor is done, I do know we're looking to book review Lost Stars by Claudia Gray. I know we also have some other fun stuff coming up that we're just working on in the long run.
Look forward to it. Yeah, they're part of the Red 5 network, just like After the Weekend. So they're a good group of guys and gals out there. Rose Scarif or Ro, he's the boss, but he's pretty cool.
I know. I'm 42 pods now in our network, which is really, really awesome. So
we I had Danny on one time.
I know Comics and Cosmetics. She's really fun. I've been on a few of her shows, and it's a good time.
Yeah. So again, if you haven't checked out Nicole and Steve, please do.
And DJ
people and DJ. Sorry.
You keep forgetting my DJ.
Sorry, DJ. R2 says that JT won't let me talk about Bigfoot because you always ruin the fun. He ruins it.
Why? Does he throw chocolate at him or something?
Yeah, he's like, oh, that's a guy in a monkey suit.
Well, I mean, I said Chewbacca and Wookiees, so I haven't been kicked off yet.
Archie, we'll talk Bigfoot when you come on again. So.
Oh, you know what? Here's a fun question because obviously I can tell you got some people who love Bigfoot in here. So in the movie Harry and the Hendersons, they give him all the McDonald's fish sandwiches, and I'm like, is that really what you should be feeding him? I don't think so, but I just always thought that was kind of funny. Even as a kid, I'm like, you're giving him the McFish. Is that what it is? I think from the 1980s.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
McFish. They still have that.
I knew. But yeah, I just always thought that was kind of funny.
It's like a perfectly squared fish. I'm not sure where they got the fish, but
yeah.
Well, yeah, if they just got the square fish.
See, if you can cover the Hendersons, I'm there.
All right,
I'm there.
Oh, okay. So maybe November, maybe January, December. I don't know. Maybe we'll review it just for you.
Whether it's ATSW or here, I'm there. So I'm all about it.
Yeah. So yes, R2. So the funny joke is, he's always going to be on my 10th episode. So he's going to be on my 20th. So.
And then on each 10th episode, you're going to eat something with a creepy crawly in it.
Maybe Maria will join us supposedly on this one, and maybe we'll make her eat something.
We'll see. I'll tune in.
If I get to the number 30 R2, sure. So, all right. Well, it's been fun, everyone. It's been a great night. This is good talk about haunted places and some pretty bad homemade designs of costumes. But I'm just going to have to send you all out and have a good night. Have a good rest of the week. And I'll see you next Wednesday. Bye. So I'll see you later.